Welcome to the Daily Grind, a Bluff City Media daily podcast. Stepping up to the microphone is your host, Luke Hatmaker. Grab your favorite morning brew and let's get to the show.
We three kings of all NBA. Oh, man, I knew I was going to mess it up. But we three teams, all NBA are. There we go. I came up with the damn title and I still knew it. I practiced this. Welcome to the Daily Grind. I am your host, Luke Hatmaker, not one of the three wise men. Unfortunately, they probably, they're dead, so maybe they're not. I don't know. I digress. It's what day is it? I'm already off the rails. It's Wednesday. We are Uncle Buck is not with us. He has been a great husband and father. Cool, bro. But I got Rusty with me. So we are good. How are you, brother?
I'm good, man. Yeah, you can take solace in the fact that if there were three of us, you would be the wisest of the three men on the screen. So there is that. I'm good. Shelby had a little accident I was telling you about in the green room, so I've been cleaning up dog poop for the last hour. Like, I got up and let her out during the night a couple times and nothing, and then woke up this morning and it was everywhere. But it's par for the course right now. Yesterday I had a flat tire and I took my truck to a gas station to get it filled up with air. And I said, hey, I need to fill my tire up with air. And the attendant said, well, we're going to have to charge you. And I was like, charge me for air? Why? And he goes, well, it's inflation. Welcome to the Daily Grind.
Yes. Air humor. Oh, God, that was good. That was good. Oh, that joke had a lot. You know what?
There was a lot of levels to it. Like, right? Like, took you on a ride, right?
Good setup. I was like, that was really, really, really good. Shout out everybody in the comments. I got King Meeks, Jalen, DG. Thank you guys for hopping in with us. If you are not watching on YouTube, hop over there. That's where the action is. That's where everybody's popping. So come hang out with us over there. We're gonna jump right into it. We had a basketball game last night.
That we did.
And the Indiana Pacers won. They pulled away. They now lead this series 3-2-1. As it goes back to the Garden. They beat the New York Knicks 130-121. We talked briefly about this yesterday. This Pacers team is becoming the team that I am enjoying the most in this postseason. I don't know. They're fun to watch, man. Hallie, what was Hallie's stat line? Let's start with Hallie's stat line because he became the first player ever to have, was it 30 points? He had a triple-double with over 5 threes, no turnovers.
Zero turnovers. First player in NBA history to record 30-plus, a triple-double with 30-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, 10-plus assists. He had 32, 12, 15, and zero turnovers. The Knicks last night had 17 on their own. They had 17 assists, 17 turnovers, and Hallie had none. Just a master class of a game. It begs the question, Luke, is Hallie the most underrated, overrated player of all time? Because he says he's overrated, and then my guy's just as clutch as he could be in these big moments.
I have never. He may not be. He might be the most reactionary NBA player because as soon as it came out that he was underrated, he was like, "Oh hell nah, hold my beer," and then he just decided that he was going to lead this Pacers team on one of the most inspiring playoff runs, just exciting. And playing the full villain mode, doing the choke, going off and being like, "You want to see a top 10 performance? This is a top." This is the kind of performance that makes a player a top 10 player in the league,
That's it, man. This is an all-time performance. Literally, we've had thousands of playoff games, and he is the first player ever to have this kind of a stat line, a triple-double with no turnovers in the playoffs. That's just a wild stat. And again, is he the best player in the league? No. Is he a top 5, top 8 player? Probably not. But you can't argue that clutch gene is there, and especially – in front of Jalen Brunson, who won the NBA Clutch Player of the Year award. It's just a goofy award. But Hallie is showing you that, hey, he's not the only one that can come up big in clutch moments. Tyrese Halliburton is having himself quite the playoffs, as is Pascal Siakam. We're going to glaze over it because of Hallie's stat line. But Siakam had 30 last night, man. He has been absolutely hooping these last couple of games.
Man, and it's if he's been playing great, this Pacers team is just getting – they're getting stuff from those two guys every night, but then they're playing 10 guys, and one of the 10 guys is going to go off. They played 10 they played 10 yesterday. Benedict Mathurin, who we haven't seen this playoffs hardly because he's not been playing very well, went off for 20.
And then you couldn't write the script better. I saw shout out Evan Hayes of the No Bluffing podcast. He said last night that the NBA script writers cooked with this one because Obi Toppin from New York, born and raised a Knicks fan, drafted by the Knicks, only to be traded by the Knicks to the Pacers, hits the dagger game-sealing 3-ball to seal the game last night. Just poetic justice. You got the most overrated player, according to the NBA players, just balling out. You've got Pascal Siakam, who's kind of an afterthought in the Toronto trade. You've got a team of role players, and Obi Toppin, former Knick, just one win away from an NBA Finals appearance to get boat raced by Oklahoma City. But that's for a different show, different conversation. But it's fun while it's lasting.
Yeah, without a doubt. This has been a really fun series to watch. It's not been fun if you're a Knicks fan. Let's say that, because, I mean, I don't know. This Knicks, they got 22 from OG, 24 from Cat, 31 from Brunson, 17 from Bridges, and they got double digits from Josh Hart too. But they just, it seems like they are just grasping for straws right now, man. They're playing Landry Shamet, DeLon Wright, like Precious Achua minutes. Like they're playing after playing 6-7 guys max. He's played 10 guys last night, and then he's just looking for answers, it seems, and I don't know where he's going to find it.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing great offensively, but they can't defend. Like, this Knicks team is not playing good defense. I mean, the Pacers, part of it is, I mean, just the immense pressure that they play with for 48 minutes. 48 minutes of just hell is what they give you. And the Knicks just can't keep up defensively. The Pacers press the gas all game long. That's a testament to playing more players. Maybe there's something to this that, if we're going to run this kind of style with Tumas where we're going to push pace, I hope they're taking notes on what Indiana's doing because they're just wearing out the Knicks. The Knicks just late in the game are collapsing defensively and can't slow down the Pacers. And the most dangerous team in the playoffs outside Oklahoma City is a team who believes in themselves the most. And I think Indiana's playing with a chip on their shoulder. They got close last year. They're not going to be close this year. They want to go to the finals. And they're playing like a team that has nothing to lose, and those teams are very dangerous.
Yeah, I want to throw this up here. We got a question from DG. Do you think this is the resurgence of the point guard with what Hallie's been doing? We're seeing with Brunson, with Shea. I mean, you look at 3 of the 4 teams have a
true point guard.
I mean, Mike Connolly. The Wolves have a true point guard, but he's not he's not a transcendent player, like traditional point guard like these teams have,
I mean, I think so. It gives me hope as a Memphis fan too that we could build around Ja. You got Ja, you got Jaren, maybe Dez if we don't, completely blow it up. But you can add some pieces around a point guard and find a way to win. And I think that's kind of where we're at, with the game today. I'm excited to see that because I grew up, with point guards and all that kind of stuff. In the 90s was such a high time for point guards. But I hope so. I think it could be.
And shout out Art. Again, everybody, thank you for hopping in. This is one thing that I'm noticing. Well, the main thing from this playoffs is how far away we are. But I do have hope in seeing the blueprint that this Pacers team is doing. And this might be this might be a topic for another day. We have options to fill out the role players. I mean, you look at that Pacers team. They're the top to bottom role players on that roster. They're playing Tony Bradley, for God's sakes. They got TJ McConnell, Obi Toppin, Ben Shepherd, Mathurin, Nimhard, and Neesmith. Those are all quality role guys, I would say.
Yeah, we're all friends here, right? This is a safe space. We can talk through things, right?
Absolutely. What
I see from these other teams that we're missing is just that it factor, that toughness, that I will not get beat. We had that in years past. Injuries kind of derailed that 21-22, 22-23 season. I just don't see in our superstars and our leaders this kind of just toughness and unwillingness to lose that you see from the Pacers teams, from some of these other teams. Like, talent-wise, we're absolutely not that far off. Like, we need just a couple of role players here and there. But the mentality is where I think we're farther away than I thought, because we don't have that killer instinct that I will not lose at any cost. Like whatever it takes to win right now. We need some guys that bring that kind of edge. Talent-wise, we're not that far off, but that winning mentality, I just haven't seen it for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I'm going to throw Grizz on that for off. We're good as 3 of the 4 teams that are still in this. But we are missing that resilience. Shout out, Wayno. This is the picture from when I was chubby and dyed my hair black for an acting role. Resilience, that it factor, the dog factor, as it were.
Yeah,
and
Zach Kleiman said we're looking for dogs, and that's all that's left right now. And I don't know that we have that mentality. I haven't seen it. It's there. I have seen it in the past, but I haven't seen it for the last 2 seasons now. So I would love for that to turn around. And until that turns around with our leaders, I don't know how far we're going to get to go,
Well, and you can watch this team and say we're far off without meaning the talent. Like, you can be like, man,
Sure.
we are far off from the mental state that we need to be to actively make, like you look at the mental state that the Grizzlies were in going into these playoffs with the mental state these teams are at right now. It's just night and day.
Night and day.
And you just gotta find that. Gotta find that again. Especially, let's switch gears a little bit because we do have another game tonight. You got to find that a little bit because it does look like this Oklahoma City Thunder team may be for real and this might be the worst that, I mean, I have asked you, I've asked Drew, I've asked everybody who saw this Oklahoma City Thunder live. I talked to Parrish. I was like, are they that good? And everybody has said yes. So if this is as bad as this Oklahoma City team is going to be, I mean, we talked the last game in this Minnesota game, like, they got 65 points from their bench, from their role players. Like, their role players showed up. They just didn't get it from their stars. So
yeah.
Do you think they close this out tonight? Do you think Oklahoma? I mean, I think you've been calling this for a hot minute. You said Oklahoma City in 5, I think, from the game.
I said 4, 5 at the most. They're not going to lose at home. That arena is going to be loud. It's going to be chaotic. It's going to be a hostile environment. And as long as Anthony Edwards continues to refuse to shoot the basketball for whatever reason in high leverage situations, again, the other night he didn't take his first shot till the second quarter. They're like, Minnesota doesn't have a chance. And I still think even if they get 40 from Ant tonight, I don't know that they have a chance because Oklahoma City smells blood in the water. Yeah, they got beat. They got embarrassed in game 3, but this one's over. Everything but the crying, I guess, as they say. I think Oklahoma City's just showing how deep they are because, like, they took the best shot that Minnesota's bench could give them and beat them. They've taken Ant's best shot and beat them. Like, this Oklahoma City team is for real. I mean, Thunder in 5. Like, go ahead and start booking those hotel rooms.
If you are Minnesota, they're gonna. If I'm Minnesota, I'm taking a step back and I'm not re-examining anything by all means. But it's interesting because you look. For all the pomp and circumstance behind Ant, he's gotten to the conference finals twice, 2 times in a row, but he has not looked great in those finals. After beating the Nuggets in that 7-game series last year, he went on to not look great against Dallas. He's not looked the best version of himself in this game. It'll be interesting. They got Julius Randle, who they got to figure out what to do with. They've got a lot of role players that I would give an arm for. Nas going to be a free agent. Probably gonna get paid. Nas Reed's gonna be free. I mean, they got guys. We'll see. This Minnesota team is gonna have an interesting summer, I would say.
It is. This is kind of like, it feels like the crescendo, right, of this team because Gobert and Conley are getting older. You've got a bunch of guys you're gonna have to pay. Like somebody's gonna overpay for Nas. Somebody's gonna overpay for Nas Reed. Like, those guys are good players, but somebody's gonna overpay them and they're gonna leave and go somewhere else. And going back to Ant, you just wonder, is the moment too big for him, right? Can he, does he get swallowed up by some of these moments? Because we're in the Western Conference Finals once again, and he's absolutely laying duds, not shooting the ball. And, like, if you're going to be that dude, if you're going to be, the next MJ or whatever, like, if you're going to be that guy, like, you've got to shoot the basketball, and he just hadn't done that. And then, like we talked about, Julius Randle had a very favorable couple of series coming in against the Lakers and the Warriors that are very much half-court offense-style teams. Oklahoma City's a track team. They run up and down the floor, get out in transition, and that will play Julius Randle off the floor every day of the week.
Yep. Man, Julius Randle's just so interesting because you want to talk about a player when he gets played off the floor. As soon as he knows he's getting played off the floor, you want to talk about mentally checking out. It's like so fast.
He's done.
He's done.
You talk about somebody who like needs some mental toughness. There's another one.
Boom. Yep. We'll see. I hope that this is at least a competitive game. It's interesting because the finals date is set completely. So it's June 7th? Like, that's not moving. So no matter what happens tonight, Oklahoma City's going to be getting some rest. Pacers may be getting some rest tomorrow. We might be having a week where we don't have much basketball, but
yeah, that's it.
It's going to start tonight. We'll see. I would like, as much as I would like to see this go back to Minnesota, I don't think Minnesota's got an answer for this other team.
This one's over. We'll probably get 6. I think the Knicks can pull out maybe one game in the Garden. But I think that we're gonna have an extended time without basketball. You know, they called in Scott Foster in that Pacers Knicks game. Wouldn't be surprised if he gets called in again tomorrow night just to come and extend the series one more game to get another game out of it, because Oklahoma City's just boat racing Minnesota. There's not much they can do there. But watch for Scott Foster to go officiate that game in New York and extend that series to 6.
Yep. I think we are aligned. We'll see. Let's talk about something else, because we did have an announcement over the weekend, and I didn't get a chance to talk about this. We were going to talk about it yesterday, but I wanted to devote as much time as possible. All NBA teams were announced. No Jaren Jackson Jr. present on any 3 of the teams. We're going to go through those really quick. I will just list them off. We'll talk about the votes, and then we'll just talk about them ad nauseum. First team was Giannis, Shea, Nikola Jokic, Donovan Mitchell, and Jason Tatum. I think that was pretty much what I think when we predicted All NBA, that's what we had.
Yep.
Second team, Jalen Brunson, Steph Curry, Ant Edwards, LeBron James, Evan Mobley. So far, I don't want to say it's chalk, but these are the names. Third team is where it gets a little interesting. Cade Cunningham, Tyrese Halliburton, James Harden, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jalen Williams. Finishing just outside of the top 15, literally receiving the next 2, which even if you look at this, it's interesting because the 2 names that just missed out were Alperen Şengün and Jaren Jackson Jr. Jaren technically got more total votes. He didn't get more points. He
got all third place or third team votes. Şengün got a second team, I believe, and that's what pushed him up.
Yep. So he had 6. He had 6 second team votes and 40 third team votes. So only 46 total votes, whereas Jaren had 53 total votes. The James Harden had 62. So he was the last one out. So,
which, like, come on, man. Like, James Harden and LeBron James, neither of them were all NBA type players this year. They strictly got it based on name. I mean, LeBron was fine. James Harden was fine. But, like, those guys were definitely, like, legacy name picks.
Yeah, it's interesting, and I mean it's tough because you can almost, I don't know, when it's that close, like if it's a 10 vote gap. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to say, hey, if Jaren, I mean, yeah, like let's put this up here.
I mean, that sums it up beautifully. Like, man, he was playing really well until he turned his ankle, and he rushed to get back for that 65 game threshold. Wasn't the same, absolutely not the same player. And so that cost him a mega payday because of the injuries. And he went downhill. You know, you can blame it on a few other things, but we'll say, like, I truly believe it was the ankle turn more than anything. And it cost himself a big payday. And so it's going to make for an interesting summer. Does he bet on himself, Luke, and not extend this summer? We don't have to extend him this summer. He's still on contract for one more year. Does he bet on himself and hope to get that big contract next summer by making an All NBA team?
So it's interesting. I believe we talked about this. Yeah, Shelby, get it. We talked about this one day last week. We were trying to figure out like what to figure out, just how to figure out Jaren's next contract. If he doesn't extend, the fact that we don't have to do anything is nice. The fact that we're not going to lose him. If he does want to test, and I don't want to say test the waters, but if he wants to roll the dice and see what he can do this coming season, he can. But I just like kind of how the ball is in his court.
It's on him, right? Like, he can go earn that payday, go be an All NBA type player next year. Which, I mean, again, he was a top 7 MVP candidate. He was in All NBA conversations all year long until he fell off there at the end. Go be that dude next year, man. Go make that bag. Go get your money next year and play at an All NBA clip. And all is forgiven, and we move on, and everything's good. I do think the 65 game rule is dumb, like Shane said here in the comments.
Yeah,
it does. They did it because Embiid was only playing like a small portion of the season, yet cleaning up with postseason awards. And so they're like, hey, if you want to win these, you got to play more. It's like, part of me gets it. But Jaren's got to be at that level again, right? He's averaging, he's your team's leading scorer, averaging over 20 points a game and making an all defensive team. Like, the guy is that dude and can be that player. Still got to work on some of that mental toughness and edge that comes with being in a long NBA season and that sort of thing, polishing up some things on his game. But I think he can bet on himself and go earn that all NBA next year and get that Supermax type contract.
Yep. The flexibility that this leaves the Grizzlies is interesting to look at this summer. I don't know. I am colored, intrigued by. I don't know. I'm just excited. This makes me more excited, I think, than I was, just to see what we can do. I think this leaves us a little bit more options to tinker with if we want to this offseason.
And like, at the end of the day, like, I think Jaren really likes being in Memphis. I've seen no signs that he wants to leave or anything next summer. We'll have bird rights on his contract, so we'll be able to match or go over any offer that he gets. Like, I feel confident that he's going to be a Memphis Grizzly for a very long time. He talked about growing up, he never really had a hometown because his dad was a role player, a journeyman in the NBA. So he's lived in Memphis, he said, the longest is his entire life. And so I think he likes playing with Ja. I think he likes being in Memphis. I don't think he's going anywhere, much to the chagrin of a small faction of our fan base.
Yep. I hope he stays. We'll see. We're in for it. We're going to be in for it this summer. We're going to take a quick break, just a really, really fast one. We got a little ounce of hope we want to share for you guys. And then we'll be right back to draft some stuff right after this.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
Boom. That was Ounce of Hope. Check them out, y'all. www.ounceofhope.com. It is below. They're great. I don't have an Ounce of Hope shirt, but there's mushrooms on my shirt. Check it out. Because check it. They're great.
I had the Peach Buzz last night. Seltzer just helps you sleep good. No hangover the next morning. You feel great. Check them out. It's a great company, great local company. Big fan of Cam and the work that they're doing there, and the whole operation from the dispensary side to the fish poop side. It's a great operation, one that we are proud to support for sure.
Absolutely, man. And dude, I don't know. Talk about the brand. Their branding is top notch. Like, you say the words Peach Buzz, and I'm like, that sounds great.
We've got Peach Buzz, we've got Berry High, we've got High Lime, and we've got Cherry Jane. I mean, come on.
That's home runs right there.
That's
Promo code Bluff City, y'all. Go get your discount. Check them out. They're great. Back to our show. It's Wednesday, y'all, and we are draft day, not the movie. Draft day, not the movie. We are drafting stuff. And I realized yesterday, I got all excited. I was talking to Rusty. I was like, we're going to be drafting Game of Thrones characters. It'll be fun, blah, 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 blah. And then I realized we've done that already.
Same. Maggie and I talked about it. She's like, y'all done that, right? I was like, yeah, we thought about that.
Yeah, we thought about it later. It's fine. What we haven't done yet, we haven't drafted action movies. And the newest and last Mission Impossible question, I don't know if it's the last one. The last Mission Impossible came out this week. I have not seen it. I'm not seeing it yet. I might wait till it comes. I don't know. Got a lot going on right now. A lot of good movies coming out. I still want to see the live action Lilo and Stitch. We're gonna draft action movies, and I made it a little spicier, a little bit more interesting this go around. I gave us categories. So for this action movie draft, we have to draft one Schwarzenegger movie, one Stallone movie, one what I refer to as the trash trio. That's Chuck Norris, Steven Seagal, and Jean-Claude Van Damme. You got to pick one movie with one of those guys in it. One Mission Impossible movie, and one wild card. It can be anything, any action movie whatsoever. We're gonna flip a coin, and we'll just go back and forth. We'll just go back and forth. What did you want? I didn't even ask you what you wanted. That's just
Listen, how about you go first? I will let you go. You never get to go first. It's your show, Luke. Take the first pick, and we'll be.
I'm gonna take Rocky 4 with the first pick.
You're welcome.
My Stallone movie. I'm taking Rocky 4 because he beats communism. Thank you.
Because he beats communism. You sound like Uncle Buck. All right, so my first pick, I'm gonna go with my Arnold movie, and I'm gonna go True Lies. What a great movie! Jamie Lee Curtis is great. Like Arnold's so good in that movie. It's such a funny action movie. It's goofy, but True Lies is a GOAT movie.
I love. Is it Bill Paxton? When he's like, "Oh God, I just missed my pants."
I just missed my pants.
It's so stupid.
It's so good.
It is very good. Dude. True Lies underrated. Jamie Lee Curtis is like va va boom in that movie too. She's just great. I'm gonna go Arnold 2. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. I actually watched it over the weekend. No, 2 weekends ago I watched it. I watched Predator. Predator is one of my all-time. It's got the single most manly Dutch, you son of a bitch, and then they just hold forearms for so long. I mean, I timed it. That shot's like 15 seconds. I don't get it, and it's so sweaty.
It's so sweaty.
It's weird. And they all die. They're all sweaty. They're all muscly. So I'm gonna take
that. Is what it is. Strong. I'm gonna go with one of my wild cards because I want to make sure I get it. I'm gonna go Gladiator with Russell Crowe. One of my all-time favorite movies. Definitely on my Mount Rushmore of movies. It's one of those. It's a scroll stopper. If it's on, I'm gonna stop and watch it. So Gladiator.
Man, I let you walk in here and draft Gladiator every time we do a movie draft, and I'm always disappointed. And you always win because you get Gladiator. I'm just gonna learn. I'm like
it's such a good movie. There's so many just good elements to it, man. Come on.
You literally won the best picture movie draft because you drafted Gladiator. You had a great draft that. Shoot, I forgot. Okay, I digress. I'm gonna take. I'm hoping my wild. Well, yeah, my wild card will still be there because you took your wild card. I'm gonna take my trash trio. And I thought about this. Have you seen the movie? Have you seen the movie Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he's a firefighter who plays goalie?
Yes. I hadn't thought about that movie in years.
It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. It's got Powers Booth as the bad guy, and he's got a line where he just goes, "I'm gonna kill your daddy," and it's just so stupid. And Jean-Claude Van Damme straight up fights people and then plays goalie for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup for like 2 minutes. He gets a save.
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense at all. But I love it. And it's anytime you make Jean-Claude Van Damme try to do a normal accent, I'm here for it because it makes sense. Or I don't know where he's from.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go my Mission Impossible movie. I'm going the original. The first one was so good. Yeah. That scene with Emilio Estevez on top of the elevator where he gets mushed is still like haunts me to this day. Like that scene, like in and of itself, is just wild. And so it sets the standard for Mission Impossible. Give me the original. Man,
you want to talk about it? It might be the best. It might still be the best. I'm gonna do my Mission Impossible next 2. I got 2 options. I saw. I don't know who said it in the comments. Art. It was Art. I want to shout out Mission Impossible Fallout. It's not what I'm picking. Just because the trailer when Henry Cavill cocks his arms. I didn't know you could do that. Like, and it's like, oh man, his muscles are getting bigger. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm gonna take Mission Impossible 3 though, just because Art shouted it out. It's underrated. It's got my favorite villain. It's got Philip Seymour Hoffman, and I think he is the best villain. And he's so scary, and all the ridiculous mask stuff that Mission Impossible does, they nail it in that movie, and I like it. So I'm gonna take Mission Impossible 3.
That's so good. I'm still thinking over my trash trio because I've got 2 that I really just like, or probably 3.
They're all so bad.
They're so bad. So I've got my Stallone movie and my trash trio left. And so my Stallone movie, now this is like a deep cut, like, and I own that, right? So I know this is probably very specific to me. Very few people have seen this, but I pick it for me. When I was a kid, this is one of my favorite movies I watched over and over again. It's called Over the Top.
Over the Top.
You know that movie?
Dude, wait.
When he turns that hat around, it's OV, brother. He's going to rip your arm off in the arm wrestling. If you haven't seen it, it's got all the elements of a great 80s movie. Over the Top is the GOAT Stallone movie. Come on. It's got all these great 80s wrestlers in it. Like, it's such a testosterone movie.
Over the Top is awesome. He's got like a pull-up bar rig in his truck? Is there like a, I don't know, like a lap pull in his truck?
He's got that big wrestler where he grabs his arm. He's like, I'm gonna break you. And he's like sweating. If you talk about sweating and like the cocaine sweats like are deep in that movie. And like it's the freaking GOAT movie, man. When I was looking at these movies last night, and I was like, yeah, I like the Expendables and Rambos and all that. And Over the Top popped up, and I was like, let's go, flipping the table over.
I let myself, I should have, I could have come in here and I could have shocked the world and won by taking Over the Top first with my Stallone pick, and I didn't. And I
people in the comments, ball knowers, Wayno, Kenny, ball knowers. If you've seen that movie, come on, let's go.
the hat turn, man. Oh,
I mean, it's just turning like mid arm wrestle, like guys sweating all over, and he's just like, boom.
So good. Oh man, I forgot what I was doing. My wild card. This is one of my favorite movies ever made. I love it. I've got it within reaching distance. It's on my desk. Roadhouse. A bouncer. He's not a bouncer. He's a cooler. Excuse me. A cooler who rips guys' throats out. And it's got my single favorite line in any action movie ever when the guy goes, I used to F guys like you in prison. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah.
What happened? I'm a big Swayze's my guy. I love Swayze. So I'm going to take Roadhouse.
Love that. So I've got my trash trio left. Man, I've wrestled over this because like Chuck Norris in Sidekicks is one of my favorite movies. It's a bit more drama than action, where the kid's got asthma and he's like, all that kind of stuff, and wins the karate competition in the vein of Karate Kid. So Sidekicks was on there. Under Siege, great movie. Watch those with my dad. Great movie, Steven Seagal. But I'm gonna go at a Chuck Norris. You took Jean-Claude Van Damme, so I'm gonna lean away from Bloodsport, which is also really good. Great movie. I'm going Lone Wolf McQuade with Chuck Norris. He drives this awesome like Dodge Power Wagon, like Bronco style SUV through the desert, just running over people. Never reloads its gun one time. It shoots 500 people. That truck is indestructible. He just walks around sweating and grunting in jeans that are about 8 sizes too small. Lone Wolf McQuade. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Oh man, yeah. So you won. You had.
I got Over the Top from my Stallone movie. I got True Lies from Arnold. I've got Lone Wolf McQuade with Chuck Norris. The original Mission Impossible and Gladiator. And you had mentioned earlier 2 wild cards. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you my other wild card was 310 to Yuma with Russell Crowe and Christian Bale. It's a bit of a Western, but friggin' awesome movie. 310 to Yuma was one of Christian Bale, in my opinion, best roles. And Russell Crowe is so just sinister in that movie. I love 310 to Yuma.
What's the actor's name? Charlie Prince. It's his little side character. I love that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I took Rocky IV, America Beats Communism in honor of Uncle Buck.
Mm-hmm.
Took Predator. I took Sudden Death with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where he plays goalie for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Stanley Cup Finals. Mm-hmm. I took Roadhouse, and I took Mission Impossible 3. Mm-hmm. And you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna throw this over here. We love BS from our childhood.
We do. Nostalgia is a hell of a drug, man. That's why people in the comments literally today were saying that we miss slow-mo and demelt, and like nostalgia is a hell of a drug, right? It happens to the best of us. We have a comment full of ball knowers. We've got 310 to Yuma. People know Sidekicks, Over the Top. Like, I knew Blood City Media had the GOAT fans, but y'all confirmed it today. Let's go.
We confirmed it. Thank you guys for tuning into the show. Thank you guys for making this the best. I mean, making y'all the best fans in the world. Seriously, guys. Thank you so much.
Like and subscribe while you're here. Leave us a comment. Share this with some friends. Come on, man. We appreciate y'all growing. We've hit 2 million YouTube views. Like we're popping off. Y'all are the OG grassroots efforts. Hang with us because we're just getting started.
Bingo, what he said. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna have more games to talk about. There's a game tonight. Yeah, we'll talk about that game tonight. Have a good day today. And if we can leave you with anything like we always do, remember to be a little weird, just a little bit, and remember to smile. Bye, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.